Hello, Tarot viewers. Welcome to our Timeless Oracle reading. And our Oracle card for today belongs to The Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. The card for today is entitled Judgment. You are being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. When when I was still young, when I was still a child, no, uh, I remember one of the things that we are being told is never point a finger on somebody, because when you point a finger on somebody, the other fingers are pointing back at you. Yeah. Oftentimes, when we find ourselves judging people, we need to check ourselves if we are being self-righteous. Because oftentimes, when we judge people, when the danger is to think ourselves as better than other people. And when we do that, something is wrong. Okay. It doesn't mean that we should condone something that is wrong. I mean, when something is wrong, we need to correct it also. It needs to be corrected. If we committed that mistake, then we need to apologize. We need to correct ourselves also. So it doesn't mean that not judging means letting something that is wrong to pass by. I think something that is not judging is learning to realize that all of us are not perfect. We commit mistakes. The important thing is learning from the mistakes and beginning again. Um, when I see people commit mistakes, it reminds me of how I have committed so many mistakes also in the past. Um, when the as we go and as we further undergo transformation, somehow the divine and our spirit guides teaches us of our imperfections. And the deeper you go into your spiritual journey, the more you realize how there are still a lot of things that needs to be changed in us. And it teaches us humility. It makes us realize that we cannot be proud. We cannot think that we are better than others, because uh, we also have our own failings, our own mistakes. And the closer you get to the light, the closer you get to the divine, the more glaring they become to us, the more we realize, oh, I need to work on this. In fact, you would notice that as we undergo transformation, there are certain things that we have done in the past that will suddenly come to the surface and make us sometimes squirm and wish that, oh, I wish I had not done that. But it's there, it's part of our history. And it teaches us to be humble. In fact, you will see when a person, you will know when a person is undergoing transformation, because the more understanding they become, the more inclusive they become, the less judgmental they become, because they realize that they too are in a process of learning. Every day is an opportunity for them to be better. So they tend to not judge others, but to understand them more. So usually people love to be with people who are undergoing transformation, because they have this welcoming energy. Uh, they are able to laugh on their own mistakes. No, these people. These are people that you like to be with, because you know that when they commit a mistakes, they laugh at their own mistakes and they admit it. And you feel relaxed, because you know that you can also commit mistakes when you are before them. And it's a very beautiful atmosphere, and people tend to draw closer to these people who are not judgmental, when these people who realize that they also are not perfect, and that they are in the journey towards perfection, no? So they are more welcoming to other people, less judging. They don't discriminate. They just welcome people and just accept them for who they are. And they don't force people to change immediately. The atmosphere that they create, where the person feels that they can be who they truly are, in all their good and bad sides, in all their splendor and their uh, And there are crazy moments, no? When people feel at home before us, no, before people who are very welcoming, the more they become open to transformation, and the more they are drawn to go back to these people, because they know that in these people are like sanctuaries, like refuge, that they can be there and they can just be themselves, and they can commit mistakes and they will not be ashamed that they have committed the mistakes, and they can honestly say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I begin again. Somehow the energy also of this person encourages other people to strive to be better. And so somehow being less judgmental creates a beautiful atmosphere where everybody feels safe to be who they truly are. And from there, in accepting who they truly are, they are inspired to move forward and be better persons. So I feel this is the beauty of non-judgmental. It makes us, when we do not judge people and we accept them just as no different from us, that we also realize that we also commit mistakes. No, people find us like sanctuaries for them. We become their home. No, when they think of us, they think of home. Because when we think of family, the family is a place where you can be who you are with all your imperfections and everything, and you still know that you will be accepted, you will be loved, and yeah, it's sort of like that sense of family, and I think this is the beauty of not judging. It creates an atmosphere of relaxation, an atmosphere of being accepted, and at the same time an atmosphere that is conducive to growth and learning. So let us try to read a little bit more from the handbook that accompanies this card so that we'll be able to gain more insights regarding judgment. You are being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. You need not worry about others' judgments. If you are currently experiencing judgment or criticism directed at you, you are being asked to let it go. Do not hold on to or allow these judgments to define you. When someone is pointing a finger, it is because on a subconscious level, they are judging themselves. For whatever reason, something you said or did triggered their insecurities. This is not your fault, and it is in your best interest to ignore the criticisms. Forgive them and move on. Do not get stuck in the endless cycle of trying to please someone who refuses to look within his or her own self. At the same time, you are being asked to release your judgments of others and look within whenever these judgments arise. All judgments are ultimately self-judgments. If you find yourself being judgmental or overly critical of someone, ask yourself, what is happening inside of me that is triggering these insecurities? If you are willing to listen to the truth behind your judgments, it will be easier for you to process your insecurities, forgive yourself for them, and find the love of self that naturally translates into compassion towards others too. As soon as you see your judgments and criticisms for what they really are, for example, past wounds that were ignored and or never healed properly, it will feel as if a huge weight has been lifted from your shoulders as well as your heart. You are being asked to let go of all judgments towards others and forgive those that judge you. Intuitive life coaching questions. Do you feel judged and criticized by others around you?
How are you letting their judgments and criticisms affect you? How are your judgments of others related to your own self judgments? Can you take a step back to examine the ways in which you may be ignoring your own wants, needs, and past pains? Well, that's it for now. I hope you were able to gain some insights from this short oracle reading. And thank you for the likes and the comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until that moment, may God continue to bless your ways.